Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm Shelley Cox from Montoux, based here in the UK, and with me I have Ewen Tweedie, who's with the PwC UK team and leads their product and pricing capability.
Hi.
And so today Ewen and I are going to have a brief chat around the COVID word, a topic we're all dearly sick of, but specifically the impact that COVID is having on the product and pricing function and how it's accelerating innovation. Because probably one of the few good things to come out of COVID is the degree to which it is accelerating innovation around the world. So just starting off, Ewen, what have you seen as being some of the short-term impacts of COVID on the product and pricing function?
Yeah, so I think we all saw over the short term, there was a real call straight away for insight on how particular product features worked and what the impacts of a pandemic might be, for example, on short-term claims. So there was a real challenge to kind of understand those risks quickly and to move to either mitigate or potentially even accept some of those risks on the balance sheet. So there was a real focus on pricing to bring that relevance and for pricing to really accelerate the ability to make agile decisions and quick decisions. It also really highlighted for me the real close relationship that pricing needs to have with other parts of the business. So for sales and marketing and underwriting, etc., to kind of join all those pieces together for the business to understand the commercial impacts of, for example, extending premium holidays.
And how have these factors then accelerated innovation in the pricing function of life insurers?
So I think the desire in the pricing team, or at least any pricing team I've spoken to, is to be leading edge and to be innovating and to be driving out the new. So I think that desire has always been there. What I think the pandemic's done is unlocked some of that a little bit and sort of greased the wheels a little bit. So sometimes there's quite a lot of red tape, or it feels like it can be a very long process to get to a decision point. And I think the insurance industry has shown it can be agile, it can do things quickly, and I just think that really just unlocks the horizons for the pricing team of the future going forwards.
Strike while the iron's hot, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
And lastly, what do you think the opportunities are for pricing teams to see, if they're striking while the iron's hot and while innovation is at the forefront and disruption and change is at the forefront, what are the opportunities you think pricing teams need to seize?
So I think, first of all, it's locking into that new structure. So getting into the right position within your company to basically make those faster decisions. Part of being able to make those faster decisions is going to be understanding those decisions more thoroughly upfront. So through data science or just deeper understanding of your pricing landscape, you can understand the metrics that support different features, for example, or how changes in demographics or sort of stress events like a pandemic, how they influence the profitability of certain features. So you're aware ahead of time what features you might need to close or change before you're actually in the thick of it. And I think the way to get to that is, as I said at the beginning, a deeper understanding of the data science underlying some of those features. So you've then got an arsenal of commercial decisions that you can make in the time of crisis.
Yeah, I think that's a really key point, because what you're describing there is a world where pricing is not at the end of the chain where you get a product and you're told go away and price it, but pricing becomes a strategic lever and actually informs the strategic conversation as opposed to just being the bit at the end. So it can be both at the front of the conversation and at the end of the conversation.
Exactly.
Exciting times. Look, thanks for listening, and stay tuned. We've got a few more of these videos coming up on the topic of product and pricing innovation. So please get in touch if you've got any questions or have any ideas of topics you'd like us to cover. Thanks.
Thanks very much.